What up, y'all? It's your boy Mac Menzel, the host with the most of the to brag, no boss. All I do is give a toast to real folks who have paved the way in a real way for us players to play. And yeah, it's about time we talk about this whole agenda that the Democrats have to vaccinate the whole world, damn near, primarily black folk, because we're the ones being tested on first and foremost, and it's not right. We shouldn't be the ones that are the guinea pigs for this vaccination. You know, if you want to test somebody, go ahead and test your own people. Now, when you talk about black people dying from COVID-19, why there's a disparaging number, I just think that we need to be more, better educated about the whole things. So when you talk about why are so many black people dying of COVID-19, are they really dying of COVID-19, or is it more of a marketing strategy they're using in order to get people to take this shit seriously and to stop organizing? So let's take a deeper look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't be out here like a chicken with our head cut off, not know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't gonna lose myself trying to keep it real, and then to turn around and be a guinea pig for the COVID-19. I was scrolling through my Facebook, and then I'm trying to figure out why are they saying black folks are more susceptible of getting it. Now, why are they saying that black folks are more, or why is it more dangerous for us? Because of our bad eating habits, lack of wealth to get certain things, you know, particularly life in general, you know. In life in general, you have to get the proper things, you know. So let me just play this here stream. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. It's some real shit. This ain't no game out here, man. They're really trying to come for our necks, and they're doing it in an underhanded manner, you know. And there's only one way to justify them doing some shit like that. The only reason why they're doing it like that is because they're getting pushed from the higher ups. It's not to save us. It's not to make us feel better. So let me put this all into perspective for
As
y'all.
follows. And I hate looking down when I'm reading this, so let me see if I can do it this way. All right.
You you have a situation where Dr. Bashar is breaking down since day one what's going on with this whole COVID thing. You know, there's a lot of intelligent people in the world, and he's basically letting y'all know that there's an elite force behind it. This whole thing, trying to tear us down and trying to make it easier for us to get controlled. This mandate, this whole COVID-19 mandate. So let's listen to what Mr. Bashar had to say about this whole situation, and you let me know. Tell me if this is not a real deal that we have to face on head on. We ain't got no time to play games right now. It's real in the field.
Phase
Listen
in
to this.
secondary lockdown restrictions on a rolling basis, starting with major metropolitan areas first and expanding outward. Expected by November 2020. Next one. Rush the acquisition of or construction of isolation facilities across every province and territory. Expected by December 2020. These are concentration camps we're talking about. Daily new cases of COVID-19 will surge beyond capacity of testing. Interesting that they already know that they're going to surge, right? Why? Because they know that if there is such a virus out there, assuming that there's a real virus out there, the testing is already going. It's already predetermined. They're testing. They're attenuating. They're basically amplifying the RT-PCR test to the point that every human being will test positive. That's what their goal is. All right. So the daily new cases of COVID will surge beyond capacity testing, including increases in COVID-related deaths following the same growth curves, expected by end of November 2020. Complete and total secondary lockdown, much stricter than the first and second rolling phase restrictions, expected by end of December 2020, January 2021. Reform and expansion of the unemployment program to be transitioned into the Universal Basic Income Program, expected by Q1 2021. Projected COVID-19 mutation and or co-infection with secondary virus referred to as COVID-21, leading to a third wave with much higher mortality rate and higher rate of infection, expected by February 2021. Daily new cases of COVID-21 hospitalizations and COVID-19 and COVID-21 related deaths will exceed medical facility capacities expected by by Q1, Q2 of 2021. Enhanced lockdown restrictions, referred to as third lockdown, will be implemented. Full travel restrictions will be imposed, including intra-province and intercity, expected by Q2 2021. Guys, understand that. That means that if you're in British Columbia, you can't go to Quebec, right? This is what they're talking about. And if you're in one city and you're trying to go into another city in the same province, they're not going to allow you to do that. This is in Canada. Of course, they're going to try to roll this out. And I'll get to that point here. All right. Transitioning of individuals into the Universal Basic Income Program, expected mid-Q2 2021. Projected supply chain breakdowns in inventory storage, large economic instability, all expected late second quarter 2021. Deployment of military personnel into major metropolitan areas as well as all major roadways to establish travel checkpoints. Restrict travel and movement, provide logistical support to the area, expected by third quarter 2021. Along with that provided roadmap, the Strategic Planning Committee was asked to design an effective way of transitioning Canadians to meet an unprecedented economic endeavor, one that would change to face Canada and forever alter the lives of Canadians. All right, guys, this is where it gets really disturbing, as if it's not already disturbing. What we are told was that in order to offset what was essentially an economic collapse on an international scale, that the federal government was going to offer Canadians a total debt relief. So people are getting excited about that. That sounds good, but wait. This is how it works. The federal government will offer to eliminate all personal debts, all mortgages, all loans, all credit cards, etc., which all funding will be provided to Canada by the IMF under what will become known as the World Debt Reset Program. In exchange for acceptance of this total debt forgiveness, the individual would forfeit ownership of any and all property and assets forever. In exchange for acceptance of this total debt forgiveness, the individual would forfeit ownership of any and all property and assets forever. The individual would also have to agree to partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, which will provide the individual with unrestricted travel and unrestricted living, even under a full lockdown. So if you agree, you can go do anything you're doing as long as you partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, regardless of the lockdown. Magically, you take this vaccine and boom, guess what? You don't have to social distance. You don't have to wear a mask anymore because you have already gotten your vaccines. All right. So this is unrestricted living even under a full lockdown through the use of a photo identification referred to as Canada's Health Pass. Committee members asked
You hear that shit?
become the owner of the
Canada's Health
property and assets in that scenario, and what would happen to the
How the hell do you got Canada's Health Pass?
We were simply told the World Debt Reset Program will handle all of the details. So when they were asked what happens to the property, what happens to the banks, don't worry about it, we're going to take care of it. That's what they were told. All right. And now it gets really, really interesting. Committee members asked who would become, I read that. Several committee members also questioned what would happen to individuals if they refused to participate in the World Debt Reset Program or the Health Pass or the vaccination schedule. The answer we got was very troubling. Essentially, we were told it was our duty to make sure we come up with a plan, meaning the Liberal Party was told that it was their duty to come up with a plan to ensure that would never happen. We were told it was in the individual's best interest to participate. When several committee members pushed relentlessly to get an answer, we were told that those who refused would first live under the lockdown restrictions indefinitely, and that over a short period of time, as more Canadians transitioned into the debt forgiveness program, the ones who refused to participate would be deemed a public safety risk and would be relocated into isolation facilities. Once in those facilities, they would be given two options: participate in the debt forgiveness program and be released, or stay indefinitely in the isolation facility under the classification of a serious public health risk and have all your assets seized. As you can imagine, after hearing all of this, it turned into quite the heated discussion and escalated beyond anything I've ever witnessed before. In the end, it was implied by the PMO that the whole agenda will move forward no matter who agrees with it or not. That it won't just be Canada, but in fact, all nations will have similar roadmaps and agendas. That we need to take advantage of the situation before us to promote change on a grander scale for the betterment of everyone. The members who are opposed and ones who brought up key issues that would arise from such a thing were completely ignored. Our opinions and concerns were ignored. We were simply told to just do it. All I know is that I don't like it, and I think it's going to place Canadians into a dark future.
So what does that show you right there? The whole population's getting it. So it's not just black folks, but it's the whole population. But black folks are being made. Yeah, man. So I feel like they're just trying to implement more scare tactics, But it seems to me like if we're the face of this whole thing, this whole COVID-19 thing, right? Then why don't they just lay it all out and just show us exactly how much black people are dead from it, and compared to everyone else, and what's the factors involved? Is it because we live on top of each other because of our socioeconomic condition? More of the reason why we should be getting reparations, restitution. So I just feel like it's a whole lot of racism involved. Well, let me break it down for y'all real quick. I'm gonna show y'all one more video, and it was alarming to me because I'm like, you know what? It makes sense. It makes perfect freaking sense. Why not make us the scapegoats? We those type of people. You know? Crazy. Well, let's look into it.
Is operating in this pandemic is in two separate fronts. It's increasing exposure to the virus, and it has increased vulnerability to the virus. So increasing exposure to the virus because the way that racism that structures opportunity and assigns value has structured our educational opportunities and job opportunities.
Exactly.
We are in more front-facing, low-income, underappreciated jobs where we are part of the essential workforce that really isn't getting its full attention and certainly not getting the full protection that we need. Racism has increased the vulnerability of us to this virus because living in racially segregated communities that are resource segregated without adequate access to food, and our environmental racism hazard segregated, has made us carry in our bodies all of those same diseases: diabetes, high blood pressure, renal disease, asthma, that are making people who get infected to the virus sicker and die faster from it. We can't just look at these statistics and then shrug or say, oh, well, we expected that. We have to act. And so the way that we act is on both fronts. You asked me, how do we act when we recognize that we have chronically been sicker and dying sooner? What that means is if we already recognize that, we have to move all of the health resources to those areas where we can already expect higher deaths and all. So we should not have Black people already burdened with these diseases, living in communities where they can't get adequate testing, number one, but adequate access to ventilators and health resources in the not. So we need to provide resources according to need. And we can already predict that need. On that vulnerability side, the other thing that I really need to say is you will be seeing now in the news lots of different ways of people trying to say, if we have to ration ventilators, well, maybe we should discount people if they have diabetes or whatever. We cannot allow that to happen.
Yep, we cannot and will not allow that to happen. So what do y'all think about that? I mean, I feel like it's way more sinister than that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually targeting us. But what she's saying is, it's it's self-explanatory. The proof is in the pudding. You could not tell us that we're not in the most vulnerable positions to actually contract this disease if it's on the forefront. It doesn't make any sense, you know what I'm saying? And then you try to break that down in such a way where it's like you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but they still can't understand you the way they need to. So it's like, are we really gonna go this route where the, the Democrats are gonna take over and push for a vaccine? Because everybody's talking about a vaccine. No one's talking about getting it in, the way you're supposed to. Okay, we got to be well connected, you know, and sharp in our outlook. Because of the way that things are looking, they're pushing forever. They like it's like an onslaught on all fronts, you know. Now they're saying that the FE cheat chair believes Trump's lawyer Powell's fraud claims. 2,700 more missed votes prompted investigation. So now they're saying that the Dominion voter machines were made to skew the votes in Georgia. So just think of that. You got skewed votes in Georgia. And the only reason why was because they made a system that cost damn near $150 million. That's flawed, but it's supposed to be up to date and brand new. So let's check out this video. And y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna let you know. I don't endorse all these messages, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Trump might be a punk, but he's no fool, you know? So until we understand that aspect of the game, we gotta really check it out. Excuse me. So I'm gonna break this down to y'all real quick. Don't believe everything you hear and you see on the news, you know? Always be objective instead of subjective. Can you dig it? So let's hear what the FEG chair is saying about this situation.
Hogan, NTD News.
A Senate panel questioned the CEOs of Facebook and Twitter today. Lawmakers wanted to know how the platforms handled the election, including disinformation and censorship.
On Tuesday, the CEOs of Twitter and Facebook defended their company's actions surrounding the election. They appeared committee. Senator Ted Cruz asked Twitter CEO why he's labeling posts about voter fraud.
Why then is Twitter right now putting purported warnings on virtually any statement about voter fraud?
We're simply linking to a broader conversation so that people have more information.
No, you're not. You put up a page that says, quote, voter fraud of any kind is exceedingly rare in the United States.
Dorsey testified that Twitter flagged some 300,000 tweets around the election for content that he says was disputed and potentially misleading. That includes many of President Trump's posts about election fraud. And 2 days after the election, Facebook banned a group made by Trump supporters called Stop the Steal. Republican Senator Josh Hawley asked Facebook CEO whether Facebook coordinates Twitter and Google to suppress certain individuals, hashtags, or groups. He said a Facebook whistleblower contacted him about a Facebook platform.
That's what y'all doing, Facebook.
Where employees can share
Get your shit together, man.
Working on and communicate with their
Facebook is biased, and there's a reason for that. Because they're all tied up in these indictments. All these CEOs, big CEOs of big companies.
But I don't think it would be wise for me to commit to that right now.
Most of them are tied up.
That Mr. Zuckerberg
Because they amass great wealth in such a quick time.
that he knows that he has.
But their brain has become convoluted
during the election. He said he's worried that they'll
with
let their guard down for the Georgia
opulence
election and fail to act against dangerous information. Patrick Hayden
and the seedy world of
In the weeks since the US election, a UK data scientist has been uncovering what she calls suspicious cases relating to the vote counting system. She says she found that votes were added unexpectedly and even taken away. We spoke with her to hear about what she suspects is going on.
Data scientist Sarah Eaglesfield says she discovered unusual changes in vote counts in several states during the 2020 election. According to her research, nearly 60 counties across the United States had ballots removed from the total count after they've been counted. She said that the changes in data indicate the vote counting software, known as Dominion Voting Systems, is flawed.
I don't think the vote count software is fit for purpose. I've seen counts that go down, I've seen votes going missing, and I've seen ballots that have been counted 2, 3, maybe 4 times. Therefore, I think that the software, which Texas did not approve, has got many faults that should have been investigated prior to this election going ahead.
Based on her analysis, ballots in Wayne County, Michigan were counted more than once. Numbers showed that ballots with the same voter ID appeared several times in the vote counting software. She explained she feels the discrepancies combined with evidence of dead voters make it impossible for anyone to determine what the real election results were.
Any news or any figures that are being fed back to you, they might be accurate within a few 100,000, but they're not going to be the accurate result for the state unless it's been a hand count. And I think that all the states do need to audit what they are turning over.
Sarah also said that it's integral for a fair election to report accurate figures.
If you can't have an accurate counting system, you can't have an accurate election. If you can't have an accurate election, then you're just randomly choosing who's going to be your next president.
Lawsuits filed by the Trump campaign in the battleground states are still pending. Don Tran, NTV News.
The Republican Party
Y'all
is
see
enjoying a
that?
comeback in the House of Representatives this election, flipping at least 11 seats currently held by the Democrats. Most of the newly gained seats were the same ones the GOP lost to the Democratic Party back in the 2018 midterm elections.
In the state of California, the Republican Party has so far flipped 2 House seats. In California's 39th congressional district, Republican candidate Young Kim unseated Democrat incumbent Gil Cisneros in a tight race. Kim came on top of Cisneros with slightly more than 4,000 votes, and Cisneros conceded to Kim on Friday. The district voted for Republican candidates from 2012 to 2016, but flipped blue in 2018. This victory comes after Republican Michelle Steele defeated her Democratic incumbent in the 49th congressional district last week. Both districts are based in Orange County, and both women are immigrants from South Korea. Both District 39 and 49 were one of the 7 seats in California that the GOP lost to the Democrats in 2018. California still has 2 House races yet to be called in Districts 21 and 25. Republican candidates are leading in both districts. In addition to the victory in California, Republicans were able to also flip the 4th congressional district in Utah, which mainly covers Salt Lake City. Republican candidate Bernice Owens unseated Democratic incumbent Ben McAdams on Monday, taking back the seat the GOP lost to the Democrats by less than 700 votes in 2018. In this year's House races, Republicans have flipped at least 11 seats so far, with gains made in swing states such as Florida and in blue states such as California and New York. With a net gain of 8 seats, the GOP is currently at 206 seats in the House as opposed to the Democratic Party's 220 seats. According to Decision Desk HQ, 9 seats have yet to be called or projected, and Republicans are leading in 7 of them.
Je peux choisir la couleur, programmer des thèmes, c'est vraiment cool. Wow, tiens, essaye.
So what does that tell y'all? You know? At the end of the day, they don't give a damn about how we feel or how we look or how we talk or how we walk. They don't give a shit. You understand? So the quicker y'all understand that, the quicker you'll see that they're trying to have us under attack underhandedly. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't take what they handed me. Over heads like a canopy. But one day we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn. One way or another, we're gonna learn. It's not no joke game out here, man. They have the means to do it. They have the big billionaire Bill Gates on their side. You know what I'm saying? Tech giants. Fauci, you know what I'm saying? The leading surgeon. I don't know if he's a surgeon general or he's the leading scientist when it comes to infectious diseases. The CDC. For all the blunders they've done. Not to mention that the WHO that Trump pulled apart from, because they already have the cure, you know. It's just a lot of lobbying, a lot of bullshit, and we're gonna bear the brunt of it. So all I'm saying to my brothers and sisters out there, keep your eyes on the prize, man, because they're really out to get you. You know what I'm saying? They're really out to get you out here. And they won't stop to get somebody around you, you know. So we can't live our lives in fear, but we also gotta take it to whole another level when it comes to this here black vaccine nation, you know. Because the vaccine
Low power. Please charge.
is only there to get us
Low power. Please charge.
taken out, so to speak, you know. They ain't gonna take me out though. I ain't gonna allow it. We ain't gonna allow it as a you know. People of color, people that know the game, know where we stand in this life. We cannot let anything or any type of outside forces in between what we need to be doing, which is placing the system of life and the system of justice. Every single day, the more and more that we use our intelligence and know-how and growth capabilities, then we'll be able to get to where we need to be going. Like they say, however, there's a will. That just goes with everything in life. It's gotta be willing to sacrifice. Are you really willing to sacrifice for what's right? That's what you gotta ask yourself. You want to see what your next generation come up in a proper manner with the proper understanding. I see in the bigger picture and being like, oh yeah, you know what? You could be right on that one because for some odd reason, I'm out here stuck in the game. I don't know what to do. You know, well, everybody else is just skating through. You know what I'm saying? And if you if we got money, oh fuck, we're flying by. So now, if you're black and you got money, yeah, you could be afloat. But we gotta really take it to the next level, because they look like they're trying to target us because they see we're gonna end eventually, make them extinct. So what do? They simply must take precaution, get themselves to a whole aspect of colonization. Because I don't understand why people would just willingly give themselves up to the system. I mean, the system has been here, But let's get together and let's keep it real and fair, Y'all can't be asking for handouts when your oppressors are not even give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? So, you just got me thinking, My train of thought process of this whole matter is like, what better way to do what they have, to control population and even possibly kill people along the line, Yeah, we can't make it look like they're dying so fast, so we're gonna gradually kill them by injecting vaccines in them every few years, We'll come up with a new type of flu, which we already have a cure for. We already have a patent for it. So it becomes a very ghastly and dirty ordeal, you know what I'm saying? People got us thinking that we ain't gonna get caught up in the game if we just let shit go, go with the flow or whatnot. But that's not how they think, though. That's not how they think. They think on a level where it's like, maybe if we eliminate a few of them here and there, shit could even out, and people won't be have that spirit to go against what we're trying to implement, which is total world domination, and white supremacy, which is very definition of that. I tend to believe like, yeah, they need to keep us around, because they can't do without us. But it's like, if they could replace us with other people that could do the same job, then why not? You know what I'm saying? Or some AI, some artificial intelligence or whatnot. They're really trying to play God. But I'm just trying to figure out like the great lengths that the Democrats are going through in order to just cover up this whole mess and just say we ain't got nothing to do with why black folks are getting tested the most and getting killed the most by this virus. But are we really getting killed the most? Is this a whole media ploy? We gotta ask ourselves everything on all accounts. At the same time, when we come to this seclusion and this quarantine, plays on people's psyche too. You got people out here dealing with all types of stress. You got people out here that are really, what's that word when you can't be alone for too long? You know what I'm saying? Claustrophobia or something. You know, there's a word for it. But it's like, damn, son. When will we understand and we'll learn that, yo, the shit is deeper than what it really is? And been deep. Way, way back when. You know what I'm saying? You got, I mean, Donald Trump built up the military to deploy around the world for this very moment because it's a situation where it's like you're dealing with two sides of the same coin, right? But you got one side trying to bring the other side to justice because of all these crimes against humanity and child molestation, child pedophilia, and all that, right? Why is this out in the forefront? Why it gotta be like everything gotta be covert, sealed indictments and all that? But everything out in the forefront, in the open, is like racism. You can't get over it. We're not gonna do nothing to help you guys. And just, deal with this COVID shit too. You know what I mean? And it's like there's way more shit we gotta deal with out here, Way more shit we got. Everyday shit of racism and all that is the most prevalent thing. But people are dying of COVID because of racism. So it's like, what am I gonna focus on? This shit that's affecting me every single day of my life, or the kids that are fucking being rescued all over the place? And the kids are the priority, right? So what the hell is going on? You see left, right, and center. Kids are being rescued all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn. You got kids being rescued
Monday, November 16th was the deadline for county
all over the place. So basically, why is the mainstream media on a hush about it? Now it's connected with the Democrats. All they're pushing is the Democrats won. This is what Donald Trump hates. Blah blah blah. Our democracy is intact. This, that, and the third. Why not talk about these children that are being rescued and saved every single day? Well, not every single day, but more and more as we speak, as we look. And it seems that it's just deep, man. It's deep. And then we're going to keep moving forward with it, It's beyond repair at this point. So now everything's going to be strategized. Everything's being put into place to bring these guys to the court for the elections. And after that, everybody's going to be taking it. Like, the military, I guess they're doing what they have to do, but this thing where we gotta be arbitrary to our own struggles because every 4 years there's some new type of threat is a little bit disturbing to me because at the end of the day, race and white supremacy has to be demolished and abolished, along with the Constitution that had nothing to do with black folks. Keep in mind, 3/5 of a human being. The fuck? The hell? How could he even say that about the original man? That's a disrespect and a distortion of reality, discombobulation of the truth. You know. So as you take steps to see the bigger picture, you got to be like, yo, what the hell's going on? You know. Now they got us even more distracted with the fact that you got rappers all over the place shooting at, trying to rob each other, shooting. You got people robbing rappers and all that. But that in itself is a part of warfare. You know, if you're gonna rap about being a gangster all day and talking about this and that and the other, for sure people are gonna test you. You know. So now you have to ask yourself: are you doing yourself and your people a favor by doing that? Or is it all about the money? Because if it ain't about the money, you know, these are the things that we gotta ask ourselves, man. Like, what the hell is going on? You know, you got King Von that got hit, then Mo3, then Lil Boozy, and at the end, you got Benny the Butcher. He ain't even from Houston. He's from New York. That goes to show we living in in some trying times right now. You gotta see like, for real, that's what's going on. Everybody's killing each other or shooting each other out here, doing all this thing. Right when the election is on, you know, it's like at a turmoil. It's at a standstill, you know. It's not really checkmate. It's like, what do you call that? You call that the stalemate. So this shit is looking real stale right now. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta ask ourselves, man, are we really doing and performing at maximum capacity out here? Because these motherfuckers is doing a whole lot of underhanded and overhanded shit. And if y'all don't see that, I don't know what to tell y'all. Shit is real and the fizz real. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no joke. You know? So right now I'm waiting for one of the homies to get on the live, you know, so we could chop it up. I'm gonna put in the call-in number. And y'all can call into the Mac Mizzle Shizzle, you know what I'm saying? For real. And we could chop it up about what's going on with our folks, man. But I'm tired of seeing all these bullshit. Well, we gotta do this and that. Gotta pick up arms. What about following a code, man? What kind of code can we implement amongst each other that'll help us in all 9 areas of activity? And people activity. Help us become better universal people, because at the end of the day, it's like, what are these people out here trying to do? You know? You got us thinking that we just supposed to fucking roll over and die or something? Hell no. Hell the fuck no. But you know, the strongest soldiers are people like us, you know? People that have sense enough to know what's going on in life. So y'all could call in, man. There's a number of the Mac Mizzle Shizzle, and we could chop it up. But for now, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm just gonna keep it, chop it up with y'all. See how y'all feel about life. Life is real, man. There ain't no such shit going on. I remember, I recommend you all get a snake plant in your room too. Good for breathing at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? You see the one black right there. Snake plant. But it's deep. It goes deep. Man. They still in the election in order to give us motherfucking vaccinations. Because they want a vaccination. Once everybody's vaccinated, then it's easy for them to turn around society. More control mechanism. I mean, do they want all these people dying on their ass? I don't know. You know? I think because we're at a lower level of the totem pole when it comes to finances in the Western Hemisphere, we have to look at it like we'll be more susceptible to go out there and be at the forefront of getting these type of diseases. Like this is the problem. That's the problem. Why should we be in a situation of poverty and social injustice? How do we tackle it head on? No one wants to go out and get COVID. We gotta go out and work. So we'll go it up, you know what I'm saying? Trump was also going against the Federal Reserve. Monetary system to make everything much more competitive. Well, I shouldn't say competitive, which is not entirely what we want. We really do need institutional retribution, reparations. But the best solution would be to give us freedom to express inalienable rights as a human being. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You gotta be real with the police, they're the harmless. The church, schools, hospitals, all these institutions are white supremacists. So, from understand that little tidbit of information aspect, see it all unveiling, you know, unfolding in front of our eyes. So I don't know how far it's gonna go, but I gotta let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a coward dies 1,000 deaths. The soldier dies but one. Yep, that's the life we live. Man. It's not be subject to no bullshit, no weirdo shit. Let's take it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to where we never took it before. You know? Let's do it how it was never done before. You know. All I can say is shit. We fucked up in the game. Big time. We could just sit here and act like, oh, man, it's all good, it's all good, it's all gravy, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get through it, I'm gonna smoke through it. I'm smoking through it. Really gotta take a step back and look at it. Damn, all friends like that. So just carry on and do what y'all gotta do, man. But know that society ain't built for us. And if it is built for us, we need to take it over because what's been going on all this time with all this suppression. We're heading in the wrong direction. All that intersection bullshit. Where can we go? Or where do we need to go? Or how far do we need to go in everything is real. Every motherfucking thing is real. And if you don't see that, and you probably rigged too. You probably part of this establishment that's helping put our kids into a deeper slumber. You know what I'm saying? Like at a point, we're at a point where it's like, okay, we got everything we need, but what we really need is land, resources, and the ability to just build and prosper and pass down generational wealth and not be, and not be sidetracked and sidelined by all these systemic barriers, redlining, caste system. Shit does get deep. There's a lot to worry about, a lot to think about. Once it's being thought about, the thought process turns into manifests itself. Physical form. Really gotta pick ourselves where we see ourselves, project ourselves to be, in order for our children to be free, you know what I'm saying? Children's children to be prosperous. If we're thinking along those lines, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just looking at the whole picture. You know what I'm saying? We got the Democrats doing the election, selection. People that are getting sick that have the advantage are getting cured faster, more efficiently. We call ourselves universal non-universal. We gotta think a whole lot stronger and wiser. Things in a strong manner, you know. I know we all been through the storms. But how far is the storm gonna go before we see the sunshine? That's why y'all gotta be ready, man. We talk about getting in the mud. This is the mud right here. Think, man. Become great thinkers, you know what I'm saying? So we're magnificent. And you know my motto. Think up, zinc up. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about the CMOS. Drink up. So catch me on the block on another broadcast coming to